to see that this day has finally arrived. Now, Ruta can be freed of Ganon's control. You'll need a map to prevent you from getting lost. The guidance stone there contains the information that you will need.
Hello lovely people of the world, once again to you, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Today, we're to be exploring the first of the divine beasts, Ruta. And that's gonna be pretty fun, because this is the main dungeon of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So there's not like a traditional one like we've seen before in games like Majora's Mask that had Garibay Temple or Snowhead or things like that. This game's traditional dungeons work pretty differently. Now, there are definitely pros and cons to how they work in this game, but personally speaking, I really like them. But I'm going to show you why I like them rather than tell you, because that's good writing advice. Even though I'm not actually writing, I'm playing a video game. Yay, isn't that fun? So, the first thing that I want to do is I want to go over here to demonstrate something. Let's head over here, and there's a giant, shiny, machiny thingy.
Shaker slate authenticated. Unable to activate main control unit. Unactivated terminals remain.
And that's the primary gameplay mechanic of the Divine Beast, which we'll see a little bit more of as we continue on over here. So we'll go over this way, and we're going to need to use Cryonis to get over this wall. I'm sure there's probably some other way. That was terrible. I'm sure there's probably some other way to get around here, but this is the way that they intended you to do it.
Shaker slate authenticated by distilling map of divine beast.
Good. You've obtained the map of the Divine Beast. You will see several glowing points on your map which represent the terminals that control Ruta. Take Ruta back by activating all of the terminals. Be careful.
You can manipulate certain aspects of the Divine Beast from the menu that's a little hard to read because... okay, so this is taking a little bit of getting used to, but I'm recording in a completely new office in case you couldn't tell by the different audio quality from the previous episode. So, the TV is a little bit further away than usual, although it is a bigger TV, so it's not that big of a problem. But I am trying to get used to the difference in the text size. I'm trying to get used to this entire recording setup in general, because this is fairly different from what I've usually done in the past. So, for this first terminal, there's one right there. What we want to do is we want to wait until it's about this point right here, and then we'll use Cryonis to freeze the waterfall, and that will stop the water wheel, which will allow us to get to the terminal. Oh, come on, game! Come on! It's literally right there! Why in the world does that not count? Ah, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's try that again, hopefully this time without fail. There we go, now it's upright. I hope you're happy, game.
There are 4 terminals remaining. Don't give up.
4 terminals remain, ain't that exciting? So the terminals themselves, you can get them in any order that you want. I'm going to be collecting them in the order that I personally just feel like. There's really no rhyme or reason why I'm getting them in this order. This is just the way that I feel like. But, like I said, you can get them in any order that you want, and that's pretty exciting. So now we're going to be going over this way, and there's a giant water wheel over here. But it's not moving, so what can we possibly do right now? Well, with our shiny new toy, we can move the cursor over here. I think I'm going to be right there. Then press the B button to execute the thingy-mabob. This allows us to control the trunk of the Divine Beast. This is basically the primary gameplay mechanic of the Divine Beast, where you're going to find a central terminal, which will give you the ability to control parts of the Divine Beast, and then you're going to be searching across the area for the other remaining terminals so that you can activate the central one. Now, this allows for the dungeon to be a little bit more open than previous ones in the series, which I really like. I really like how they did the dungeons in this game. Now, there are certainly a few things I wish that they did do differently, but we'll get into that when we come across it.
There are 3 terminals remaining. You can do it.
Alright, let's unfreeze or it can run out. That works too. So, there's another treasure chest thingy that I want to go collect. So let's wait for it to go around. Come on, 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 chameleon. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. I think it's that one that I want to freeze. Nope. Okay, this one always throws me off for a moment. So that's gonna be fun to figure out. That's about where you want it to freeze so that you can get over here. And we can activate the treasure chest and collect an ancient core. Now, something that I like doing that I do not recommend to do is stay in place and... I don't know why, but it's just so funny, even though it looks incredibly painful. Alright, so, I don't know why I pressed that button again. We go over this way, and let's see where we want to go next. I already know what I want to do next, but I'm keeping it in suspense. So, we're going to use Cryonis to get rid of that, and then go back into this menu, and which way do I want that to go? It's going the right way. So, now what we want to do is we want to go over here, but I want to wait a little bit because there's another treasure chest somewhere on this wheel. And I want to collect that because it's going to be shiny and amazing. I think there's a treasure chest here. Hopefully I'm right about this. Keyword hopefully. Ow! It's going the wrong way. Okay, we'll get that one later. So, let's go over on that has malice on it. That's not good. That is not good for my colon. So we go over this way, and now we can ride on this water wheel. And I'm trying to make a note for myself to go back and get this treasure chest a little bit later, because if I don't, I'm going to forget, and that would not be good. So now we go over this way. I did not mean to do that. And now we destroyed that one. The Great Frostblade is probably a bit too overpowered for the enemies in this place. So, I might switch over to a different weapon so we don't, like, completely make it too easy on us. Now this is activated, assuming, of course, you have the Zora armor, which I have no idea how you get to this point without it. We go over this way, and we can swim up the waterfall! It's super amazing! And it gives us the ability to collect another treasure chest! The Knight's Halberd! Yay, Kirby! So now let's move this all the way down here. So what you want to do is that you want to glide all the way over across this area. Now, there's a treasure chest right there, but I'm going to get that a little bit later. Actually, you know what? Well, I know I get it now. I'm always a little bit scatterbrained when it comes to recording these videos because it's like I tell myself I'm gonna do something and I'll wait to get something a little bit later, but then I'll decide, you know what, we'll go do the thing right now. That's basically Breath of the Wild in a nutshell. So now we go over there, and I feel like I can make the whole montage of me saying Breath of the Wild in a nutshell, because I said that a lot throughout the series. Right, so now we'll go over this way. I gotta say, I absolutely love the sound effect that plays when the Divine Beast moves. How you can see like that, how you can hear that ominous sound of the Divine Beast roaring. It's such a good sound effect. I absolutely love it.
There are 2 terminals remaining. You're nearly there.
Now, something I want to demonstrate while we're up here is just look out into the world. It's just so pretty. I'm not entirely sure if this is the same overworld as the one that's going on when we're already out there, or if there's like some kind of other world plane thingy that gets loaded in. I'm not quite sure about that. If I can find the answer, I'll have a caption on screen. But what I would like to demonstrate is what happens if you try leaving this area. That's basically what happens. Apparently, your paraglider is a lot heavier than usual and you fall to your death, which is not very pleasant at all. And the same thing will happen if you try diving into the water as well. You can get out of the Divine Beast if you want to. All you need to do is go back to the entrance and activate the teleporting circle thingy that took you into this place. Just go in there and leave, and then you can go back out in the overworld, and that's pretty nice. I've seen some people have trouble getting on top of this area. That looks a little funny. What I was trying to demonstrate was my usual strategy for getting on here, because I see some people having trouble with it. And I was about to say that usually I have an easier time walking along the ground when I'm crouching around the corner, but even I have trouble with getting on top of this place at certain points. So, the next thing we're going to want to do is that there's going to be... Actually, it might be better if we do that when we're down here. So the next thing I want to do is that I want to get this treasure chest because it's shiny and I want it. It's shiny and I like shiny. Where is the eyeball? Aha! Now that's destroyed, and so is the malice covering the treasure chest. And that's pretty exciting. Now before we do anything else, I need to eat something because we are very, very, very low on health. So the next area that I want to go to is down here, because there is going to be another one of these things. Actually, there was one earlier in the dungeon that I think I didn't show off yet, so we'll be sure to show that off in a moment. But this right here, you want to have the thing go all spinny and things like that. It's a little weird to control, admittedly, but it shouldn't be that big of a problem. And now that's completely opened up, so let's attack this jerk so he doesn't interfere with our awesomeness. And there's fire surrounding this terminal, but luckily, now that we've opened up the ceiling...
Just one terminal remaining. I have faith in you.
One terminal remains, so let's go over there. But before we activate it, there's actually... Well, now's a good time to demonstrate this, because I almost forgot about the treasure chest on this wheel. So, let's go take care of that so I don't forget it. Come on. not far enough. I don't think it is. Yeah, it's going the exact opposite direction I want it to go. Let's go that way a little bit. I really do love this idea of using the Divine Beast and like controlling it to change the dungeon itself. It's such a cool idea because you're basically in control of the actual dungeon itself, which is something you don't really see a whole lot in Zelda games. So this is an idea that I really, really love. Although, one thing that I gotta say is that the individual Divine Beasts themselves, I don't think they're quite as memorable as some other dungeons in the Zelda series. Like, for example, there's like really only like 2 Divine Beasts that really stand out to me. This isn't one of them, but I still really enjoy this dungeon, but it's definitely not my favorite that we've seen. I'll get into the reason why I decided to do this one first, probably next episode or 2, but now's not the time for that. Alright, so now I'm taking care of that. There is the last terminal right there, but I want to demonstrate what it's like to leave this place before we do anything else, because I mentioned that earlier, but I figured it might be a better idea to show you what it's like rather than tell you. Show, don't tell. That's Writer's Advice 101. We need to leave Divine Beast for Ruta. You'll appear at the East Reservoir Lake. So, we know over here, there is a handy-dandy bed right here that you can sleep on, so you don't need to raise the food to get back to full health. But we can also get like a really nice view of Divine Beast of Ruta, which is pretty nice as well. So, one thing I like to demonstrate is what happens if you try getting close to it, because I think this is pretty amusing. Yep, Ruta doesn't like being approached like that, so instead, what you want to do is you want to go into your map and enter it as if you were teleporting over to a shrine or a tower or something like that. Now, the reason why I want to demonstrate that specifically was because I have seen so many people play this where they leave the Divine Beast to go get like food or something like that, or just better armor or weapons and things like that, but they can't figure out how to get back into the Divine Beast. So this is a big reason why I wanted to demonstrate that. And with all of that taken care of, now we're going to be going over here, and I believe there's one more treasure chest somewhere in the water. Yep, it's over there. Yay! It's like I have a perfect memory. Or Let's Play notes. I mean, it's perfect memory. Yeah, totally. Cough, cough, cough. Wow, that went pretty far. Alright, so I saw a funny gif of Breath of the Wild where they have the treasure chest to come flying to Link, so I want to see if I can do that. Never mind, I'm not cool enough for that. Alright, fine, we'll open up the old-fashioned way. Hope you're happy. Ancient Spring. Alright, and that's kind of cool. It's a pretty fairly common Guardian material, but we're probably going to need it for some awesome stuff that we can get at the Akala Research Tech Lab. So we'll spin the wheel around and activate the final terminal.
You activated all the terminals. Now you can start the main control unit. There should be a new glowing mark on your map. Head there. Be careful not to let your guard down.
So now we've taken care of all that. If I can get out of the water. Get out of the water! So now we've taken care of all that. We're in this video off here. So thank you all so much for watching this episode of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And until next time, Lady Gear to you. Oh yeah.